What's up, guys? Well, I did what I would never do in the season. I'll get back the thing out here a little bit. My big butt deer, I was telling y'all that I wanted to kind of track him down. I put out some cameras. Genius made. The camera's been sitting there 3 weeks in the off mode, so I don't have pictures. So what I did want to do while I was in here was just look around, scout around, see what I could find. I've been assuming where this deer's been bedding. I don't know if you can see this. There is a ditch coming up here. There is a knob and it drops straight down. I don't know, you can tell kind of by that tree there how big, you know, how high that is. This is probably about a 60-yard drop, really steep. This is a point that comes down this way, back this way. You can tell also, this is that old, I know the name of it. Some of y'all comment about it and tell me what the name of this stuff is. Normally grows in them creek bottoms. On this ridge, there's nothing else like this. Everything is, and I'll walk you out there and show you, because this is one of those bedding areas that are, it's just primo. I walked all the way in it. When I looked at it, I saw it, I said, this has got to be it. This ditch, you know, pulls them thermals up. The north wind would be coming, actually northwestish, but any kind of north wind is when he comes up on this hill in the mornings. I've seen him head up here about 3 or 4 times now. But this is just the primo bedding for an all-year bedding. This is a primary bedding. This is a bedding area that he can stay in almost all year, every day. Look at this ditch here. You got this ditch here runs off, and see, that's about midway of that pine right there. So that drop's really steep, and them thermals are going to come right up at. As soon as that sun gets up, thermals are going to pull up this ditch here. He's got the V of that ditch right there. He's got a bed there, but the epicenter of the thermals here, I believe, are right here. There's an old little bitty rub. It's funny too, we'll talk about the rubs here in a minute. But if you look in here, you can tell now this bed's being used. There's some of these are down, but you got a bed here. You got a bed over there. This looks like this main bed right here. And you can see that right there is the bottom of that tree, and it drops off steep. Has some thermals. But you can see right in here, I mean, he's bedding. He's got that bed over there where we were just at, which is a pretty good one. And it's right on that little hump. Actually, if you go further out, you can see out past that. I personally am not going no further because I'm hot, but I could see in there. But I'm standing in what I think to be is actually where he sleeps every day, just about. Behind this tree, on that side, there, everything is just matted down. And what he does, you know, and I talk about this bedding, and because that's the only thing that matters to me, honestly. A lot of people do the feed trees, and what I've learned about these deer is they are almost impossible to figure out. And where I hunt now, we don't have big crops. We got 1 million oak trees falling, even on the bad years. So the only thing I know to key on, and it's kind of a hill country slash just big woods, really, so they can go anywhere they want to eat. And I learned years ago, I got tired of just getting lucky every now and then and seeing deer. I wanted to know where they were at, so I started tracking them. I started tracking them back and see where they were coming from, especially if I'd see them in the evenings. It started out around clear cuts, but then I started wanting bigger deer. That's when I started figuring out more about and learning more. You know, like I said, a lot of this comes from a lot of other sources. But, you know, this is just years of learned information. And you find these primary bedding areas, you'll know it. You'll know when you got a deer that's just almost unkillable. Now I know exactly where this guy's bedding, which will give me a little bit better advantage than I thought, and I'm going to show you why. I know the prime time that this buck is in this area is when the acorns are falling. So, you know, I am using food as a secondary. All right, you need to use everything you got. I know that there is doe bedding areas, like there's 2 or 3 on top of this ridge, which would be perfect on a north wind. You can smell them. They're just everywhere down here. All down in here, there's a swamp, wet bottom. When you get in that bottom, of course, you got acorns and all that good stuff there. But, so I am using food. But now that I know his bed, and I know his exit trail, because this is where he wants to be. You can tell right here. This is where it's at. And so I'm going to take you a little bit of trip. Now, this bed has 1 exit trail. It's very rare. But the thing is these bigger bucks, they know with all our pressure comes from up here on top, way 2 ridges up really. But on that norther wind, any kind of north wind, he can smell everything up there, everything this way. The thermals are pulling up these ditches. The wind's coming this way over his back. There's a little bench back here, and this is why he's going to get killed. But you know, it's gonna be tough. You're gonna have to be close. I'm gonna probably be within 70, 80 yards of this deer when I set up, and I won't get but about, I don't know how high. I can't get too high because if he'll see me if I climb over this brush, you know. I'll be back over here, but I can't let him see me. If he's laying here, I can't let him see me because he could be in this bed here or that bed there, or you know, any of these there. But it looks like this is actually where he wants to be. A little old scrape right there. Old scrape, but you know, I mean, it's scraping around. All right, now let's walk out this exit trail. Now, he could go that way, the little ones. But this main part of this trail, and this is what makes these things important. Once you start doing this, you're going to blow it. You're going to kill it. You're going to miss deer, blow them out. They're going to run everywhere. A little parallel trail coming in. But once you start to understand how they bed, you're going to know, when you find a primary bedding area first, you'll know the difference. There's little beds in here everywhere. That being said, that is the prime bed. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to mark that. Then I'm going to back out a little bit. And you can see these woods starting to open up here. But I'm going to back out a little bit, and then I'm going to talk about where he's going here in just a second. Y'all stay with me.